Guys, we're in Cambridge today, and I want to talk to you guys about our home care program. It's a concierge program for home maintenance. So any project that we're going to build, any home that we're going to build or renovate, we offer this to our homeowners to help maintain their home and really keep it as beautiful as the day that we built it. We completed this project a few months ago, and the homeowner opted to sign up for our home care program. So we're back here today, and Matt is going to be overseeing some of the maintenance that we're doing. A lot of the work that we're doing is preventative maintenance from a mechanical equipment standpoint, even from an aesthetic standpoint. Not only are we taking care of the things that are preventative, but the homeowner might reach out to us and ask us for some additional services at the same time. And then one of the most important parts of it is we're also documenting the process. So I got Matt here, who is our home care field tech. What's up, Matt? Good to see you. It looks like you're ingesting some millwork.
Yep.
So we are at this project today. What do you have on the schedule today?
So two things we have today is our millwork tune-up throughout the whole unit.
What does that mean?
So we have James from Materia here. He's going to go through every cabinet, every drawer, anything that was installed during the project, make sure it's working and operating properly, give it a tune-up as he needs, adjust the hinges, adjust the drawer slides. The client's also added a couple other things he noticed. Dishwasher panel seems to sag a little bit. A couple toe kicks are popped off, so we're going to address those as well.
So this is part of that aesthetic side of what I was talking about with the home care, where, you know, a lot of it, when you think of home care or maintenance, you think of mechanical and equipment, but the aesthetic side is really important. Materia is a big partner to NS Builders, and we want the cabinetry to look as beautiful as it did day one. And one of the things that oftentimes happen, you're talking about adjusting doors and drawers, is that this stuff settles. And when we build this, these cabinets are empty, they get loaded with things, they get adjusted, they move the pots from this cabinet to that cabinet, and this gives us the opportunity to adjust and make those adjustments to prevent them from rubbing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's just like you said, once we install them with no one living in the house, they come in, they get used a lot, they get open, they get closed, things change. And the whole idea is that we want to keep it at the same level as the day they moved in. So as things start to move, we just want to get it back to perfect where it was when we handed the keys over.
Sure, because I know even in my personal home, and I'm sure you get that door that rubs, and you just kind of let it rub and rub and rub, and then eventually it either breaks or it rubs that finish off, and it's a lot more expensive to fix at that point.
It is, and it's a small thing. Some people kind of overlook it and don't think much of it.
Sure.
But exactly that reason, we want to take care of it before it becomes a problem.
Got it.
Even if it's a small item.
What else is on the list for today?
Later today, we have our HVAC trade partners coming through. They're going to do a boiler clean-out maintenance. We suggest doing a twice a year HVAC maintenance, spring and fall. So today, they're going to be focused on the boiler, taking it apart, cleaning it, checking all the components, and then firing up and running it. What we like to do is do this ahead of time, so that way it's not 20 degrees out and there's no heat. So we want to do it ahead of time, make sure it's up and running so there's no issues coming into the cold season.
Sure.
Same thing with the spring. We check the condensers, check all the air filters, run the AC to make sure that we don't get a call on the first 95-degree day.
Right, and to like you said, this is about preventing the unnecessary call, because it's frustrating for the client to not have heat, right?
Yep.
But it's also like we don't communicate, but it's also frustrating for us where you might be on another project or our HVAC tech's on another project.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, I have no heat, and then it's an emergency situation. It's frustrating and it's costly.
Absolutely.
So doing this up front is kind of preventing that, that emergency or fire drill call. And today it's, I woke up, it was probably 30, 40 degrees, and we're getting into that season. So to be able to test that now before, like you said, you get that call, it is huge. And the same thing in that spring.
Exactly. And that's what we want to do, is we want to make things as easy and as comfortable for our clients in their homes, give them peace of mind that they don't, especially that they don't have to say, oh, when was the last time I changed my filters? Or I think the boiler's acting up, I got to call somebody. We take care of that all for them.
So obviously today, you have those two things that we're addressing. It's built. We're building this on kind of an annual schedule, and this is something that we're introducing to the client when we finish the project. In our new projects, we're introducing this even before that. And the part of setting this up is really about digging into what it takes to maintain the home, and then presenting kind of a menu of options.
Yeah.
So what other things might be on that list that, we're not talking about today or handling today? What else are some of the high level items that we're typically addressing on a visit like this?
So we also do a lot of plumbing visits where we check all the plumbing fixtures, check shutoffs, clean out aerators, things like that, check cartridges. We also do paint touch-ups. Once a year we'll just go through and just see, if there's any cracks or from movement settling.
And that's included in the program.
Yes, what I really enjoy about the program is each house is tailored.
Yeah.
So it's a tailor, custom made, just like the house itself, the program is.
Sure.
So we're not looking at things that the client doesn't have in their home or isn't interested in. We're just focusing on what the house needs and what their needs are.
At the back end, Rachel is our backbone of this program.
Absolutely.
Our client concierge,
Yeah.
and she's really kind of presenting this program, but also like building that program and working with you and making sure that we're scheduling. So every project that we're building, renovating, or selling, that is something that is we're presenting that right at the right at the completion of the job as, hey, the job is complete, construction is complete. Let's get into the home care program and maintain that beauty.
Yeah, it makes a great transition, a nice handoff. So that way they're not kind of in the air about, all right, well, who do I call now? Do I call the PM? Do I call the site super? You reach out to Rachel or myself and we can handle it from there.
One of the things in the beginning of setting all this up, you came on board and I said, what do we need? Our clients wanted this, but we didn't have a dedicated person. And one of the things that we struggled with is I would be pulling a super or a PM off a job and sending them to a previous job to handle something like an emergency call of no heat. So now that job's being impacted, this one's being impacted, someone's frustrated, multiple people are frustrated.
Absolutely.
So we brought you on home care field tech. And one of the things, there was two things that you said I need. I need a van, which we got. We got you a sweet van.
Yes, we did.
And then tools. And tools was really interesting to me because you're considering setting up that van, because you did. You set up that van super efficiently. What are the things that you're considering with what tools you carry on a daily basis and what you bring into the job?
So the two big things were basically efficiency and lightweight. So as I'm bouncing around between different jobs, sometimes multiple in a day, I want to be able to grab my tools and go without having to lug a lot of stuff around. Also lightweight for that same reason. If I have to park 6 blocks away, I don't want to be carrying a giant shop vac. I don't want to be carrying a huge bag of tools. So I can get a bag and a cordless vacuum. So that way I'm not dinging into walls. I don't have to worry about plugs. I don't have to worry about using clients' vacuums or any of their cleaning projects.
Sure.
We just have it and it's ready. So I can go in and out, take care of what I have to, and go on to the next one.
Well, speaking of cordless and lightweight, so we just brought you this CTC SYS. Truth be told, I did not want to give to you, only because I enjoyed using it in my truck to clean up my dog's hair that is absolutely everywhere in my, primarily in my coffee cup holder. But all seriousness, this was a tool that you actually had the corded version of it. The concern with it is like, we don't want to be unplugging things that are the clients. I've done it where I've unplugged something and like I wipe out the memory of it. It's like, hey, now my clock doesn't work, or like, hey, it was programmed to do something and now it's not, or I have cameras in the house, like whatever the case is.
So that's a big thing. Is it seems silly, but it is an issue. You can take out somebody's modem when they're working from home on a Zoom meeting. That's a big issue. Same thing too is, a cord might be behind 10 different things. So moving it out of the way, running the cord, getting to where you need, takes time. With the battery pack, I can just turn it on and go. It makes my life significantly easier.
And not only that, but like the battery pack is also, swap them out for your drill and your other tools as well. So with your role as the home care field tech, you are self-performing quite a bit, and I want to kind of generalize that as like the handyman, the quick hits that we can address, so we're not kind of overburdening the client. But you're also on site anytime we have one of our partners on site, our trade partners, because we want to make sure that the work is completed. We're also reporting this. This is in a full report, basically a health report of the home. So something like a vacuum, that's not something that comes out every once in a while. That's something that comes out on every job, because we're always leaving that place clean. Yeah,
we leave it as cleaner than we came in is kind of my always goal.
Sure.
But yeah, with the trade partners, we like to come in, see what's going on, be on site with them. We can ask questions, they can ask us questions, but then we can relay that to the client so that they don't have to be home. They don't have to, take time out of their day or disrupt them. We're home, we can handle it. We provide access, make sure the job site's secure when we leave, make sure it's really nice and clean. Especially with a vacuum like this, it makes it easy. We'll report back to the client, say, here's everything we did. here's what we need to do, here's next steps, or you know, you're all set, call us if there's any issues.
Yeah. So if you guys are thinking about building with us and you want to learn more about the home care, make sure you reach out to us. We can give you some more information. And if you are looking for a cordless vacuum, I highly recommend that you guys check this out. The thing's a beast for a cordless version. Super nice, and like Matt said, lightweight, easy to carry, and gets the job done.